This is Mike Putnam, your real estate coach. Today, I wanted to talk about the power of persistence. This week I was on a coaching call, and one of my clients said that they had set up a great appointment. And right before the appointment, the person called and said that they were going to go with another agent. I was disappointed, and I said, they haven't signed the contract yet. So I said, why don't you stop by the property, let them know that you were in the area, you were going to drop the package off, but you realize that you're a block away. In spite of all the tools and gadgets, it's a people business, and you wanted to drop your information off and take a look at the property while you're in the area in the event that you had a buyer. And then I asked him, once you get in the house, what do you think they're going to say? And he said, they're probably going to say the commission. So I had prepped him. So he walked around the property, took some notes, and then when he sat down, he did exactly what I told him. He said, look, I have to ask you, why did you decide to list with that agent versus allow me to come through? And of course, they said, you know what? Because of the commission. And so he then asked them point blank, which I told him is, let me ask you something. When the agent gives you back the commission, do you know what that means? And the seller said no. And they said, they're giving back the marketing budget. And he asked the seller, do you know how many homes that agent sold? And the agent said no. And he said, well, would you like to know? So he got the name, he looked, he showed the seller, this person sold 3 houses. And then he said point blank, if an agent sells a house every 4 months, how much money do you think they have to market the property? So you have to realize, as an agent, if you don't have enough money to market the property, the only way that you can compete is to give the marketing budget back to you. So I have to ask you a quick question before I leave. If that agent gives you the marketing budget after closing, how much exposure did you actually get through that budget? And the seller was like, well, nothing, sure. But if I take that marketing money back and I actually use it to get you more exposure, potentially, do you think you would get more buyers in the house? Sure. Potentially, do you think you would probably get a higher price? Potentially, would you even get more than one offer? They said yes. And then he said, since you haven't signed a contract, I would like you to apply for the job right now of selling the house. They went through a couple more questions, and the moral of the story is he got a contract signed. So I want you all to remember that persistence is power.